Cool. Cool. Anyway, now you can hear me. Yeah, kind of. I don't even know how to start these things. Hi, my name is Bud. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yay. So fucking awkward. Cool. So, I generally stream. I'm gonna start this new thing where I actually do research and information and not just play on video games and stuff. And I'm going to try to start doing weekly updates of news, things I'm doing, some anime I watched, some comics I read, news I'm piqued interest in that others probably do. Anyway, so I'm going to try to do that now on Mondays, because generally my Mondays are my social media Mondays. Ha! Media Mondays. But so usually for my Mondays I am too busy to stream, but for some reason I'm able to make videos. Go figure that. Math is a wonderful thing. Yeah. So what I'm going to start trying to do is do that. It gives me an excuse to watch some anime, because I haven't done that since high school, because who's got time for that anymore? Apparently me now. Just keep up on gaming news, some other things, comic books, just stuff in general that's interesting. Yeah. But so that's gonna be that. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna be awkward for the next, like, God knows how long. Hopefully 5 minutes, maybe a half hour. We don't know. You don't know. So what I'm gonna start with generally is news. This is still gonna be a really, like I said, awkward transition from being able to stream, because I still can't stream properly. Yay. Practice XP is definitely needed for that. But so news in general, literally what I just did is I went on Reddit. I was like, hey, what's interesting for today? I found stuff. In general, what I'm gonna try to do is start recording things I like that pique my interest. Not write an entire like page to like an essay like article on it, but I will make a little excerpt of it, things that just interest me. Like I said, little excerpts, trying to go by social media things, so we'll see how it goes. So what I found today, fine! What? I hate her so fucking much, can't you fucking leave me alone? No! I'm busy! No! Yeah, I'm using them, please stop! No, you didn't. Okay, Mom. Alright, so what, some things I found today. Actually, I'm gonna start things that I really was excited. So apparently Twitch is letting people, stream E3 and, like, have their own little commentary, which I think is actually really cool. Because I know personally last year in E3, I flipped the fuck out. It's pretty exciting also to freak out with other people. The only downside is Twitch has that stupid, like, 30-second, at least the XSplit. I think, the OBS, yeah, OBS does that weird 30-second delay, but I know why. It's stupid. So that's gonna be really interesting. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully it's not gonna be as disappointing as last year, because last year was like doing pugs. They let you down every time. Speaking of pugs. But so yeah, so I'm really excited for that. I will definitely be doing that. I generally just watch it live anyway, so we'll hopefully that'll be good. Be fun. Get to freak out with other people. Some other things that I thought were cool. Some new releases that I'm actually pretty excited for was, first of all, they're doing Total War with Warhammer, which I think is, like, perfection. I don't even know what perfection would be. It's like if you took, I don't even know. Oh, I'll skip that. Anyway, but so basically, there's going to be the new Total War game that they're announcing that I'm really excited for. They're bringing another one. I didn't read which one they were working on, but the other one is going to be Total War Warhammer. I'm really excited. Warhammer just dank. To begin with, I actually, sadly enough, have not gotten the chance to get fully in it, like buy all the parts, buy all the pieces, blah blah blah. But I've seen it. I've helped people paint, put them together, or buy it. But so I'm really, but I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be awesome. I mean, who doesn't want to be a fantasy orc or elf or necro people, undead things, and killing each other? Basically, it's going to be awesome because it's Warhammer without having to paint all the pieces and having that physically. It's going to be awesome, and I'm assuming you probably obviously can do it multiplayer because that's what you do in real life. So, there's that. There's another one that I'm really excited about. It looks very much like Don't Starve, but it's called Goliath, and basically what it is you are a giant mech, so it's in the aspect of Don't Starve where you walk around, you try to collect stuff. And basically you just have a giant mech friend, and you go around stopping shit. It looks really fun. It's in a very League-esque style that I've realized, like all the bright colors, and I don't know, the animation just reminds me of it a lot. So, but I'm really actually looking forward to it. It's just a little indie thing. Indie things are a lot more excitable. You can get a little more excited over indie things than most AAA games, but I mean, that's kind of the way everyone's going right now, especially with the releases. And then there's another one, I'm kind of just putting it here for laughs. So Square Enix decided to start doing their own shooter. Kind of like, I guess it's technically called a front mission game. It's basically a shooter. It's like they're trying to now compete with TF and Splatoon and also Overwatch. So Splatoon, Overwatch, and TF, they're trying to compete, which is really funny because, like, so Splatoon has the kid, like, appeal, Overwatch has the Blizzard appeal, and then TF just has the comedy appeal, and this one has the Japanese, like, schoolgirls and mechs appeal. Yeah, I wonder who they're catering to, because it's not the average people you're catering to. So, I'm going to start putting links below what I'm talking about, or just what articles I found, because it just makes things easier to find, and I feel like me just blabbering on about it, it's not going to, you probably should actually look into them. There's that, and then I also came across, Amazon apparently had a gaming studios. Who knew? I think I heard about it, but I didn't really care too much about it, but apparently they're making a PC game. Obviously if they're making a gaming studio, they gotta do something with it. But it'll be nice to see what they're having. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. Apparently they're from former games like Portal, World of Warcraft, Bioshock, etc. But I mean, you can just throw any big names. I'm pretty sure they just nitpicked and they're like, hey, we're gonna have you and you. We don't care if you're bad, we're just gonna have you, put your name on it. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I kinda have high hopes for Amazon. I like the company in a whole. They did a lot of good things. They're a giant powerhouse, and they're just going to take over the world next to next to Google. I think them and Google are just going to like converge and just take over the world. I'm okay with that. You get good internet and good fastery. You get good delivery. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, so there's that. And there's the Animu. So I generally wanted to try to start watching more anime, the current stuff. Sometimes some stuff I missed. Some stuff I missed was like essential in like being anime person, otaku, weeaboo things. But yeah, some things I missed that were just really big that I never had access to, or I just watched it on TV and I was like, hey, that looks cool. Never. Yeah, so I just haven't gotten around to a lot of them, and unfortunately, I have time now. And by time, I mean I just get really bored from sewing, so I need something to watch to make me not fall asleep and die. So this Friday, the entire day, I binged Tokyo Ghoul, season 1 and 2, like super hard. Like binge that shit harder than like a housewife with the Kardashians. It's pretty bad. It's really bad. So I went into it having everyone like force me to watch it. They're like, you need to watch it, blah 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 blah. Because I was really pushing Death Parade, which I'll talk about that after, which I watched a while back. But, so I kind of had like a weird taste in my mouth. I was like, everyone's pushing it. Okay, I guess. I just downloaded season 1, season 2. I was like, why not? Let's try download season 2 just in case season 1's good. And yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot. It was pretty fresh of plot. I mean, it's the typical, like, you know, like, person needs to get stronger plot, there's all these problems, but I actually generally really enjoy not just good plot, but really good characters. Not even, like, they don't have to be relatable, it's just something that you enjoy to watch and you want to know more about the characters. A lot of the characters are just unique. Main character kind of has that basic character, like, brooding, stuff like that. Oh, my parents are dead, blah, 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 blah. But he's still, like, I liked it how in the beginning, spoilers, I don't know if I'm going to say spoilers, but don't watch this if you don't like spoilers, because I don't give a shit about spoilers. Don't watch it. But the main character, I really liked how, he kind of was like a bitch boy. I'm not gonna lie, I really liked he was a bitch boy, and everyone's like, oh my god, in my anime, everyone has to be OP and be the strongest person ever. Okay, Goku. Okay, we get it. But I really liked how he was kind of like a bitch boy, everyone had to save him, and I was like really getting worried because I thought it was gonna be Attack on Titan where, like, you know, Misaka, like, this is just like Aaron's like, I'm gonna kill everything. Misaka's like, stop, kills, done. I forgot the fucking girl's name. I'm gonna have to look this up. Fuck. Tokyo. Ooh, characters. I like when I call her Rukia, Jesus. So I really like how Toka was just generally a really good character. She was kind of like that whole, like, I thought she was gonna go that Misaka path where from Attack on Titan where, like, you know, she's like, oh, I'm gonna protect the main character all the time, he's useless, blind. But I like how slowly as the season ended, the first season, she became less powered. And then obviously fucking Kaneki went goddamn crazy. I mean, yeah. But I really liked how that went. Generally, all the characters were really interesting. I even liked the guy that was the gourmet, how, like, you hated him. I liked him at the beginning of the plot. For some reason, Japanese really like their French gay men that are, like, super uber flamboyant. I've watched too many things where it's physically French and, like, a cook or, like, a pasteur, and they're gay. I don't care, it's just a certain stereotype they really like. But I really liked all the characters, even the small characters kind of in the background. Were really just interesting, you wanted to learn more. They also, I really liked the fact, you saw both sides. I mean, some animes do it, but sometimes it feels forced, but this one was very fluid, and the aspect of they didn't, like, just have to, like, switch, like, each side. They're like, hey, today's a good day, hey, today's a bad people day. Like, they didn't just switch it. It was more fluid. Like, it made sense when you would flip to, Mado and, all the, you know, the police and all that, and then you would flip over to all the ghouls, like the kid and her mom and then the father. Also, the villains were really good. I didn't really care as much for the one bitch. What's her name? What's his name? What's her name? I fucking forget. What is she? He gets bit by something. Rise. So I kind of didn't care for Rise. I think it's just because, like, you get in the episode, because I will say, the first episode was rushed like a motherfucker. Like, it was just really bad. It wasn't bad, it just didn't captivate me. Like, I watched the first episode and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And the second episode, I started to actually like it. Because not only just he started to develop as a character, and also you got more characters that you didn't like. And I also liked a lot that you had a lot of character development, regardless of the bad people, regardless on each side. It was just generally good, well-rounded. This is just season 1. To wrap it all up, it was just really well designed. I didn't feel like any of it was filler. The characters were really good. It had a general just good pacing. I can see how people would kind of see, like, it kind of led up, like it was kind of like a prequel, and then season 2 was more so the story. But I think both of them are just generally, in general, good. I will definitely say season 2 had a lot more ass kicking than season 1. Well, no, they both did. Season 1 had his ass kicked. Season 2 had him kicking ass. So, and then on the flip side, I also really liked the season 1 ending easily paid off. Easily paid off. Fucking Jason was bonkers, yo. That was actually like one of the, like, I binged really hard, and those episodes are really hard to get through as the torture one, because it was really, because they made the character really, really relatable, in the aspect of, like, most people would be helpless. They'd kind of be like freaking out. So I liked it a lot. Season 1 ended off not too much of a cliffhanger. Like, they could have ended it, but they didn't. I don't like that usually, just in case they don't, like, fuck up, because way too many animes leave on a cliffhanger, or they end in just a horrible way, and then you're like, well, thanks, guys. Thanks. And then season 2 ended in a cliffhanger like a mother. Jesus. I guess it made up for season 1. Season 2 was really good. I was worried it would be the normal trope of, I'm leaving to destroy the people that are trying to destroy the people I love, blah, blah, blah. It ended up being close, but not far from the tree. It was just more so, you know, I had to get stronger, blah, 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 blah. And all he did was just eat other ghouls. That's literally all he did. Yeah. I will say season 2's plot was not as good, but I think that's because you stopped having Kaneki as the main character, and you had him on, like, offside, and then you had all the other characters. Like, you knew more about, what's her name? But I did like season 2 a lot, because, so you had Kaneki on the one side, where he was like, rah, I'm getting stronger, and then the other side, you had Tokia, who was trying to deal with the struggles, and then you had the little girl, I think it was Hinami. Yeah, it was Hinami. And you kind of learned more about them. You also learned more so about, Nishiki. I think it's Nishiki. It's the dude with the glasses that was in love with a human. You just learn more about them. I really like that a lot, because generally you want to explore the world of an anime versus just kind of like, oh, hey, here's the main character. This is all your face up. Oh, got it. So I really liked generally how, I kind of learned more about the side characters, how they kind of almost became somewhat the main character for a little bit, as Kaneki's kind of going through his brooding stuff. Come on. So I generally like that, because too more often than not, you don't really learn about an anime's world. You learn more about just the character, the main character, his quest, and it's done. You don't learn more so about, season 2 I felt like was a lot more on exploring all the characters, not even just the ghouls. It was the humans, it was like crazy doctors, it was Akira's father. Yeah, Kiramado. Kiramado, who likes Condo Flap. Oh, again. So, I even liked, so season 2 wasn't just about the ghouls, it was also about Mado, you know, how he died, and then, what was the aftermath of when he died? I think it was but anyway, so season 2 didn't just have the ghouls, it had Mado, it had, God, I keep forgetting his name. It had Mado and Amon, so season 2 didn't just have the ghoul side, it had Amon, it had Mados, it had all of those. It was really, really well done in just, humanistic realms, where at the end, that one guy who was writing his will, like, was trying to write it, and he was, like, crying, and it said, like, I don't want to die. Like, it was just very realistic in those aspects. I just like to see all the ghouls, different forms. They're gleams, that's the word, gleams. I really liked it a lot. Constructive criticism, well, there wasn't too much. I will say, the last bit of season 2, I usually generally don't get so super emotional. I really got emotional at the end of season 2. Not just when Kaneki's carrying, oh god. Alright, bitch. Jesus, okay. Kaneki Ken. Where's his best friend? Where's his friend? Oh. Uma. I don't even fucking remember. There's Kokoro. Is it Kotaro? I fucking don't remember. It's his best friend. Isn't it good? I'm trying to. What's his fucking friend? Hide. Alright. But yeah, so the end of season 2, I really like a lot. Generally, I don't like animes that like make you feel sad. They're like, hey, we're gonna make you feel sad. But the end of season 2, I kind of saw coming, obviously, because of the blood dripping and stuff like that. And just, usually, generally, this kind of took, like, a J.J.R. Martin where everyone you love dies. Everyone. So I kind of figured Hide was going to die. But the end of it, when Kaneki carrying Ken wasn't even sad, it was more so the opening, that was just very, like, lullaby-ish, slash just, it evoked a lot of emotion that I think they did really well. Because usually, generally, when you have theme songs that are even their opening, the closing, as soon as that season is done, as soon as they have it and it's passed, they don't use it. So I really liked it a lot. Also, just, it's probably the only song I liked. Plus, to be honest, it was the only song that stuck with me, was that opening. Season 2 opening didn't really stick, season ending didn't stick, Season 1 really, even the opening didn't stick much, but as soon as that played, it stuck, and it was actually just very pretty, and you actually took it for what it was worth versus just an opening that's catchy, or you like it, or you don't like it, or you just skip. So that was really nice. I also liked how in each episode the ending shows a little bit more, because generally sometimes, you know, you can't actually have everything that you want in an anime, so those little itty bitty clips of a little bit of like background information or mannerisms, it makes it a lot more immersive, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable too. So generally, Tokyo Ghoul was definitely an anime to watch. I really liked it. It didn't have me like go crying in the bathroom for like 12 hours. It didn't have me like an existential crisis. It was just a generally good anime to watch. It evoked a lot of humanistic characteristics, even though it was kind of like in a fantasy world. It showed a lot of both sides, both good and evil. Even if it's considered good or evil, there's still gray area. It was a very grayish area. There was no right or wrong. Everything had you questioning it. Mostly kind of questioning it, but it generally invoked a lot of thought and a lot of feelings, and it wasn't just main character driven. It was side character driven. It wasn't just a straight line like RPG. You had side quests. You wanted to talk to the people, figure out kind of some things what was going on. It also was really nice that I like general shows or just anything that doesn't have a very cliche plot. Like Jupiter Ascending, I think at one point in time, like in a quarter of the movie, I was like, if one guy asked somebody to marry this chick, I'm going to turn this off. My friend kind of goes, you might want to just shut it down now. I was like, why? Is that what had happened? She goes, yeah, I'm like, I don't do well with cliches. It just ruins the movie for me. I'm usually good generally at guessing things, and I like to watch it if I'm right or not, just because. But it was really nice because it took a lot of left and right punches that you did not see at all. I generally liked it. Like I said, the character designs were really good. They were very memorable. They weren't atypical. You had a couple atypical things, but you can't be 1,000% creative. But they definitely had a lot of creativity. I really generally enjoyed it. I've been told the manga's better. Generally, the manga's better. I don't think there's many animes that the manga isn't better. MMA, but they fixed that. So yeah, and then I'm gonna talk quickly about Death Parade, even though I just exhausted the shit out of Tokyo Ghoul. Death Parade is another anime I watched. I really, really enjoyed it. Something that took me in was the opening. I'm pretty sure that took everyone in. I still listen to that band and that song on a daily basis. They were just generally good in the band. So Death Parade, generally, I would highly, 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 highly recommend. It's generally good. Okay. It's an anime I would highly recommend. It feels very short when you watch it. It didn't take me very long. I didn't binge it. I didn't binge it as hard as Tokyo Ghoul. I wasn't feeling that damn tiger, I guess I just kind of went through it. I didn't binge it like Tokyo Ghoul, so I kind of paced myself a little bit more. Those also I kind of feel like are Samurai Jack-esque, where you have a plot and you kind of just go with it, and then the next episode is a total different one. And each day you would take it as it is. And it would kind of reset, and you'd start from the base, and then you'd work your way up in the story. Death Parade generally executes not only its animation really well, but the storyline. A lot of people didn't like it, that they didn't focus around it, but I liked it a lot, where you had that Samurai Jack-esque, that, hey, here's this day, this is how this is going to go. Sometimes they take 2 episodes, but they had generally deep plot. There was some, I like how the first, spoilers. I like generally how the first 2 episodes were broken up from both perspectives. I really like when things are broken up into both perspectives, not forced, but you generally feel for both. Obviously the first episode you think the woman's like a raging bitch, and then the second episode you realize the husband is just a horrible person. I really generally like that because it makes you think. You're not just watching like, hey, we're gonna beat stuff up. It's not a normal shonen, or it's not a normal shoujo. It's just generally good plot. But I mean, that anime, as I said for Tokyo Ghoul, I like left and right punches. I don't like just a straight path that you can guess for like 12 episodes before. Even though it was 14. I think it was 12. 14. Yeah. They had a lot of left and right hooks. Generally, you could kind of see where they were going, like the one where the person with the mother of the multiple kids, and then the son that was a video gamer, totally didn't know he committed suicide. Kind of guessed that the woman was gonna do something, but I didn't realize she would do something that horrible. I also generally want them to expand. I know they only did 1 season, and they're still waiting to see if they're gonna do another season. I really hope they do. The first season ended off not on a cliffhanger, but it kind of did, because you want more. You want to learn more about Desum after, he kind of broke and, like, actually could smile. That was a very, very, even though I feel like they still had a very minimal world, because there were not that many hosts. Some of the hosts you would see when they went to, like, the cafeteria to eat. Even though, but still, I really want to see, what's her name? I definitely want to explore more Death Parade, because even though they had the episodes, they didn't have every episode be about, the Samurai Jack, which you had. You had a new adventure, you had to learn about the people and stuff like that. They delved into, the story, kind of what world you were set in, about the Arbiters. I really want to learn more about Nona. I fell in love with Nona, and since the opening, I wanted to see her like judge someone. Also, I want to see her perform because apparently she sings amazing. I love it. She's also playing DDR. Sold. So I really want that to expand. Obviously, I'm going to be sad that Chiyuki is gone, but I will say, just like Tokyo Ghoul, it invoked so many humanistic characteristics, and it also had, that more than anything, had you questioning what they were doing, what that was right, what they were doing was wrong. That was very more of a paced anime where you would have to watch an episode, kind of want to take it in instead of just binging on the next episode, versus like Tokyo Ghoul where you're just like, hey, I'm just blah, 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 blah. That one was a lot more just thinking. I really liked it a lot. Like I said, definitely still like Samurai Jack. But that's a world I definitely want to expand more, even if like, you know, Desmond comes across another person, comes on another plot. I think with Chiyuki out of it, I think they're gonna focus more so. Nona's gonna focus on Desmond changing, and try to change the system. I really am excited for that. Even if they just have like mainly those stories where you have people, the arbiters judging people. I want to see how other arbiters judge, like Nona and Ginty. I really want to see how they judge people. I mean, you kind of saw how Ginty did it, but you only saw one, versus like Desmond did like a ton of different ways, like bowling, darts, you know, all those things. And I just like how they had lighthearted right before you had those extreme ones, like episode, I think it was 7, I think it might have been 5. It's the one where it's the detective and the kid that's sister basically got raped and all that. They tackled some really sad things, especially the ending with Chiyuki committing suicide. That, I will say, I generally don't distress or like cry over things, but that was so sad. It wasn't even seeing Chiyuki break down; it was seeing Desmond break down. That's what really was impactful. So I really recommend that. Like, that was only one season. Hopefully there's gonna be more. It goes very quickly, even though you kind of want to pace yourself. Kind of maybe take it like not like back to back to back. You can. It'll still have you thinking about it. Just because the plot's really good, the characters you met were really good. You want to invest in some time, and some of the decisions, obviously. Like the first 2 episodes, you want to see more of if they've made mistakes, if the arbiters made mistakes, how Ginty is so harsh on his people, like how both of them went to hell, and it makes sense. I mean, I was thinking for a while, like, why are they going to hell? And then you would have to like think about, like, hey, yeah, probably killing someone for this one dude that you kind of fell in love with out of nowhere, you know, probably isn't a good thing. It doesn't really show you're a good character. Also, it's just sometimes funny how people die, especially that one chick, the one that was the one that was painted. God, I forgot the style. Japanese style, orange. Where's the orange skin? What is it called? Ganguro. Especially I wanted to know more about the Ganguro chick, the chick that painted herself orange. It's a Japanese style. You just go super eccentric for no reason. It's weird. But I want to learn more about her. A lot of people, you know, you kind of wanted to know more about. And I really liked learning about Chiyuki. The ending was really pretty. I mean, to be honest, every episode was just a treat in itself. They were such good animation, and it wasn't just, hey, it's a fighting scene. They took so much detail. Like the first episode, you just look at the darts and you're just like, oh my god, so pretty, I won't touch them. I mean, I want a pool table with like skulls on the side, and the design was phenomenal. I really hope it gets a lot of hype. There's a lot of anime like Attack on Titan that should not get as much hype for what it is. Haters gonna hate. But I really hope Death Parade does really well. I hope they make another season. If not, I just hope they get a lot of publicity. They probably will, hopefully. I generally liked it. I really recommend it. Highly recommend it. What's another thing? So, that's generally that. I think I said I was going to talk about more things. I think like I said, games and all that. Oh, so with E3 coming, I'm going to be, like I said, Twitch is doing a thing where they're going to stream it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but you can stream as well and do commentary, which I think is awesome. Like I said, I really want to kind of... E3 is something you want to experience with friends. You don't want to just freak out by yourself and be like, guys! Okay, I'm the only one who's excited. Okay. So I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be streaming. Hopefully some people can have it. I have the luxury of being at home. Hopefully some of you guys have the luxury of sneaking it and putting little earbuds and being like, yeah, I'm working. Yeah, but that Kingdom Hearts trailer, yeah. So I really am excited for that. Hopefully that will not be let down. I'm really, really hoping this isn't going to be let down. I'm so tired of it. I was really excited for... I'm shameful to say it, but I was really excited for the order. I thought, unlike everyone's pessimism, it was going to be really good. It was pretty. That's about it. I got a pretty figure out of it. Somewhere in there. That's about it. I've just been really kind of sad about recent games. What I've realized in the gaming industry, I used to be so optimistic. I'm usually pessimistic. I've been so optimistic with gaming, thinking, hey, they're going to change. Hey, there's not going to be as much drama over in, like, the East Coast, West Coast. There's not going to be as much drama on the West Coast. As there is now, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's not happening. My optimism is basically being like a baby and waking up to, like, Christmas and being like, yay, presents! Well, my optimism is like being a child, waking up to, like, Christmas Day and being like, yay, presents! And, like, you open a box and it's a honey badger. And honey badger's, like, gnawing your leg off. And you're like, this is not what I wanted. And you can cry and you can wail all you want and roll around. But honey badger's still going to eat your foot. The company's still going to take your money. He's going to shit on you. He's going to walk away. And honey badger don't care. He's just going to keep doing honey badger. So, there's that. And I'm really sad. And I'm really hoping E3 is going to be really good. They already announced the Fallout. I have not yet to do anything about the Fallout. I would like to. I'd like to do a lot of things. They don't happen. If I could simultaneously work and play games, that'd be great. So playthroughs sometimes are nice. I don't like to usually do playthroughs because I like to have my own experience, but Grand Fandango was the perfect choice. So hopefully that's going to go well. Like I said, there's a lot of good things I'm looking forward to. Finally the new gens. Finally the new gens are actually being usable. It's not just, hey guys, everyone buy our systems. What? We don't have games. Yeah, we do. We promise. We promise. So yeah, so that'll be really interesting. I'm mostly looking forward to, I don't even know what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, game review. So, I've been playing Splatoon. Anyone on my Twitch knows I've been playing Splatoon a lot. I'm on that shit like a Catholic priest on choir boys. It's so good, I can't stop. But so I really like it a lot. That's one thing from last year's E3 that I actually was generally really hyped for, and I knew it was going to be good. I'm really happy Nintendo finally branched off from the nostalgia train and is doing their own thing. I'm also really excited for the new chick that's coming. That, like, there was an anime or a manga that was based off of that. No, the game was based off that. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really happy they changed and they listened to their people, because usually Nintendo's not the best at changing. They're kind of like, hey, here it is. Get used to it because it's not changing. So I'm really happy that they added more stages. You can change the weapons while you're waiting. There's a lot of problems. Generally, it's really easy to... I actually really like the implementation of you can see other people's builds, because as much as I love the ability to shop, I kind of wish they would update stuff, because it looks like there's so many items, but it's the same items day after day after day. And so, like, you kind of want to buy more items, even though, like, I feel like at the beginning you're like, I have infinite money, blah, and you start buying things, and then you're like, I'm gonna buy this and this and this, and then you're like, I don't have any money. So I really like that you can see people's builds, you can kind of like check up on everyone. That's also Meme Center. It really is Meme Center. It's so funny sometimes. So really, honestly, that is just like you go in there for a laugh half the time. That's just what I expect. But I like to look at everyone's builds to see if they have a 3-star item just to get. I really like rollers. If anyone's seen me play, I like rollers a lot. I'm not usually generally a shooter person, so it's definitely in my entry into getting into shooters. I'm better if I start playing, so probably when I start getting into ranked, I'm going to be playing a lot more the quick shooter, or probably not ranged. I'm not really good. I'm not usually good sniper. No sniping. So I'm really going to get used to that. I'm really excited. They unlocked a lot of things very quickly, because, what is it, IGN and game trailers, I forgot which one it was. A lot of people were reviewing their stuff and they were complaining. And I think within like 3-4 days of just generally everyone complaining on shop boards, they just changed it. They added more maps. They stopped, they were letting you change your weapons, because what you had to do is go out of the menu, come back in. It was just annoying. There's a lot of hassles. They made a lot more shortcuts, and I like it a lot. I really like it. I really, really like it. 3 out of 3 ferrets. 3 out of 3 ferrets. At a high rating. Where's that one? Where's that one? It hasn't been chilling here. Oh, why is one in such an awkward position? Where's Hans? Ow! Sleep giant. It's so hot. Sleep giant. Where are the sleep giant? Ooh, there you go. You're so cute. So I give Platoon 3 out of 3 ferrets. How much? 3 out of 3 ferrets. I give Death Parade 3 out of 3 ferrets. 3 and like a quarter, because I want more. That's about it. Season 1, I definitely give 3 out of 3 ferrets. So 3 out of 3. Tokyo Ghoul, I give 3.5 ferrets. 3.5. I only give a half. If you ask why, I generally really liked it. It definitely wasn't an anime I would rank in my top, because there was just a lot of things that I kind of could wait for. I luckily just have the ability to binge everything. I think my only gripe would be that I was told it was from like the animator. I don't know. I just feel like it's not a total. 3.5. I'm retarded. 3 1/4. Where are my ferrets? Okay. I can't talk good. So rating system, what I'm going to do is use my ferrets. So there's 1, 2, 3 ferrets. I have 3 ferrets. So out of the topics I've talked today, I give, starting with anime. So starting with anime, I give Death Parade 3 out of 3 ferrets. Much ferrets. Much like. Give me more seasons. Wow. So, and then for Tokyo Ghoul, I give it 2 and like a half. It's not an anime I say you have to watch. It's generally really good. I like a lot of the plot. I like the way powers up. I like a lot of the way Momo's just gone. I like a lot of the way they handled it. It's very creative. I just generally think Death Parade is a much higher warranted to watch. I just like a lot of Samurai Jack. Also, Too Soon is a lot to binge. It's a lot to binge. And then I think that's it. I think I gave Splatoon 3. So yeah. So thanks for anyone who watched. If anyone watched, I doubt anyone would, since I'm rambling and I don't know what I'm doing ever. But thanks to anyone who watched. I'm going to be streaming normally on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mondays will be my videos where I can review something about gaming, get better at that, not just bullshit something. So I will review it on gaming, anime I've watched, things I'm doing, just kind of trying everything. I'll try to start incorporating comics. I need to find time not to just do it in between F&M matches. So yeah, that'll be that. Mama. Sleepy baby. Sleepy baby makes noises. So yeah, so thanks for watching. I will be streaming on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 9 to 12. Random streaming may occur. I've been playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm because I have people to play with now that it's finally an open beta, because apparently closed beta no one got. But so yeah, so thank you for everyone who watched. I will see you next Monday with videos that are hopefully not as bad quality as this. So thank you. Bye.